Hello everyone, how are you today? In this video today, I'll be explaining why I believe, in my honest and genuine opinion, why this so-called phenomenon or inbred breed of anti-woke YouTubers here on YouTube are just like you know the biggest stains of humanity in the world today, and why I just think they are all just a bunch of fucking scumbags. Why, if you're a working class person such as myself, you just should not have any respect or praise whatsoever for these people. So let's get to it, and why I think this about these anti woke YouTubers. Okay, so as you've seen on here on YouTube, like in I don't know the last couple of years, there's been this running theme, yeah, of uh, anti woke, yeah. And okay, what it is, you get these morons, yeah, these illiterate fucking dickheads, never worked a day in their life, basically too lazy to work, too lazy to get a job, and they want to look for an easy way to swindle the system and basically not work but get paid for basically doing fucking nothing, and that's where the anti-woke grifters come in. So basically what these dickheads do, yeah, these bums do, is they complain about everything being woke, in like films, TV, and games, and even cartoons now, all across all types of forms of media. And what they do is, they critique they do film reviews, but it's like the worst criticism you'll ever see, and it's just goes to prove why none of these bums will ever work in an actual professional capacity when it comes to film critique. I mean, none of them wouldn't even get in the front fucking door of any respectable film show or screening for a film premiere, or showing to actually review it. Um, and what they do is they basically just critique everything, and if like a film, TV series, or a game, or whatever, if you're a black person or a minority, then they deem it woke and claim that Hollywood's pushing an agenda. And we've seen this now for God knows how many years. I mean, all these morons, they're all the fucking same. And one, you get a grifter, basically, anti-woke grifter, just like popping out of the woodwork every fucking 2 seconds, because they're all like lazy and desperate. But yeah, that's what they tend to do. You have the likes of, yeah, I think you all know this by now. You have the likes of Nerdronic, Critical Drinker, what's that? That fat cunt. Is it the? Oh, I can't remember his fucking name. Quarter Pounder, was it? Was it the Quarter Pounder? Yeah, the Quarter Pounder. We also have like some other dickhead called Geeks and Gamers, and then there's this other little puny little fucking weed with pubes all over his fucking face. I think his name's Ryan Kinnell, is it? Yeah, that little fucking wetbag fucking cunt. Fair play. Like, he's so fucking puny and tiny and small. Even a 6-year-old girl could snap him in half like a twig. But that's like the general theme with a lot of these woke grifters. They're just like hateful little puny little weeds that basically you know leech on to these franchises because they never had a real job. They don't want to actually work a real job or fucking work at all. But they leech on to these franchises, and just spew all their hatred and bile at them, every time they fucking release a film, a TV series, or a game or whatever. You know, and again, you look at them, they're all just fucking gimps. Like, there's just no hope there at all whatsoever for any of these to ever fucking succeed in life. So that's like the gist. I mean, if you're watching this video, then you kind of know the ideology behind the anti-woke phenomenon. All these little fucking illiterate fucking gimps, basically just fucking shitting on everything. Being racist, basically. Every time they see a black actor and on screen or on TV or in a game or whatever, and whatnot, or be misogynistic to strong-written women, and being homophobic to gay people, and transphobic as well, because obviously they are just bigoted fucking scumbags. So obviously they're transphobic as well to people. So and even disabled people, they don't like disabled people being on TV or in films either. So yeah, they hate disabled people as well. I mean, they literally are like the biggest pieces of shit walking the earth. They literally are just absolute fucking scumbags. I mean, honestly, if there is a how to hell, like when hopefully if any of these when these cunts do die, like hopefully it'll be soon, they'll be going to hell and they'll be Satan's bitch for the rest of eternity, hopefully, because that's what these fucking imbeciles deserve. So you can, if you watch this video, you kind of know the gist about what these bums are all about, like. But anyway, so today I was like, this was kind of like the last straw for me. We've got to call this fucking fool, this foolishness out. These grifters who don't want to work. So the last straw for me was when I was watching a video today. It was of the new James Bond game. So there's a new James Bond game coming out called First Light. I was watching a review of it of someone who was critiquing the woke criticism of it. So basically, this new James Bond game, for some reason, for some fucking inbred fucking reason by these fucking imbeciles, they think the new James Bond game that's coming out, I think it's I'm not sure it's a PlayStation exclusive. I think it's like, yeah, it's coming on PS5. It would be on other consoles. I'm not sure. I need to double check, but. So the new James Bond game is called First Light, and it features a young James Bond, when he's just starting out at MF5 in this game. It's kind of like a prequel, I guess, to James Bond when he's starting out at MF5 as a secret agent spy, when he's just starting out. And just when he first became 007, or before he became 007 anyway. And and apparently there's like been backlash to it for us being woke for some reason. I mean, what the fuck? It's like, do these morons ever have a day off? Like, I mean, we get they got sad lives. They got nothing else better to do with their lives because that they're that fucking insufferable. But it's like, do they really just live in their basements, 24/7, just looking for fucking wokeness in their, what they perceive as wokeness in their warped fucking little brains? Like that fucking sad. I mean, do these cunts ever leave the fucking house? No wonder, like, that half of them look like fucking, either fucking zombies or, they look like they're fucking rotted away like fucking corpses, like, or they're just fucking fat, like the quarter in, or that fucking Heels versus Babyface. Yeah, I forgot about him. I forgot about fat ass. That guy is so fucking fat and obese and overweight. He looks like the fat fucker off Dune. Or who else does he look like? Yeah, he looks like the fat fucker off Doom, even though that's prosthetics. He looks like fucking Humpty Dumpty. Yeah, he's such a a worthless, useless fat fuck. He looks like fucking Humpty Dumpty, that cunt. Anyway, so a lot of people saying this game was woke. There's only like been a trailer released for it, so well, like a 4 or 5 minute trailer for the game, and a lot of people saying it's woke. So anyway, I can't remember the gentleman's name. So he done a review of it. He done a review as saying like critiquing these anti-woke YouTubers from saying the game is woke. And what happened was, like, another dipshit, another worthless dipshit somewhere in the world, I think it was America, probably explains a lot, came out of the woodwork, like these fucking little worms do, came out of the woodwork and started critiquing this game, calling it woke. And the YouTuber, in his video, used parts of his criticism video of this James Bond trailer, in his video. And so I don't even know what this dipshit's name is. Like, I think this dork calls himself Tactikal Templar or something like that. Some fucking garbage. Anyway, so he's probably such a he's probably such a fucking inbred. He probably thinks that he's like some kind of fucking knight or something in the medieval fucking ages. But yeah, he looks like a fucking puny little dweeb, probably. With fucking long hair that hasn't had a wash in 10 years, as well as oversized fucking glasses. So anyway, so this dipshit, this fucking idiot, was saying that the reason why the game is woke is because M is not only a woman, but she's not British, she's Indian, even though she's got a British accent. You fucking retard. It's like, fucking hell. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know, I shouldn't say that word retard, but again, it's like, a lot of these anti-woke fucking imbeciles are like, they do act like they've got limited intelligence, let's be honest. Anyway, yeah, so that was what his main critique, and obviously the guy doing this video said what, which is true as well, is that, well, here's the thing. The character of M in James Bond, yeah, it's not an actual character, it's just a title. So the M is a code name, like James Bond has a code name for 007. M is like a code name, yeah, for obviously whoever the boss is of MI6. So that could be a man, it could be a woman, whatever. But again, he obviously didn't know that because he's dumb, he's thick, he's stupid, he's illiterate, doesn't do his research. So again, he's moaning and whining, obviously like the little bitch that he is. That M um, is a woman, even though M can be a woman because it's just a title, not a character. You fucking inbred. So anyway, so he's moaning about that, and he's like saying then, oh well, she's Indian. Oh, here's the thing, you didn't call her Indian, call her Hindu. Dickhead, fucking Hindu, yeah, is, the actual language. No, it's not the actual language. Sorry, it's not the language. It's the religion. Yes, so sorry, not the language. Religion. Correct myself there. Is the religion of the Indian people. So again, unless someone is like a practicing Hindu and you know that, then just kind of like pretty fucking stupid to fucking call them Hindu. Like, they're a Hindu and they practice that religion. You fucking wet wipe. Anyway, and then so he's moaning about that, which was like stupid and you know uh, inbreded. And then he was then going on saying that oh well, she's Indian, she's not British. Well, dickhead, British people can be black, they can be Indian, because if you've actually read a history book, fucktard, you would know that in Britain, yeah, that Indian people, as well as black people and such not, have been living in this country for centuries, you moron. It's like, it just baffles me. Like, I know these people are stupid. I know, like they're idiots and they're absolute moronic imbeciles. But you would think that they would have a little bit of IQ. They wouldn't be this illiterate. Especially not to know that Britain isn't just full of white people. Like black people have been living here for centuries. Indian people have been living here for centuries. Obviously, when we come to colonization with the Commonwealth, we've you go to London, like one of the most cultural cities and societies in the world. How can this moron not fucking know this? Like, we get your illiterate Templar, dipshit, dork, whatever your fucking name is, but surely, are you really this illiterate? Are you really this fucking dumb? Are you really this much of a fucking dunce? God, what a fucking idiot, man. Well, anyway, he's worried about that, and then the thing that really got, so that was like moronic in itself, obviously because he's a moron, he's fucking stupid. And then the other thing then he was moaning about was Moneypenny. So Moneypenny in this game, before we can see in the trailer, is a black woman, and he's moaning, about Money being a black woman, calling her ugly freak and all that. And at the end of the day, if that was a white woman, woman, would he be saying that? Exactly, and that just goes to prove, yeah, not only is this this Templar dork, not only is he a low IQ, like fucking dipshit and a fucking dunce, but obviously he's a racist as well. He's a racist fucking cunt as well. Surprise, surprise, because stupid people are racists. So it goes with the territory, doesn't it? How like most racists, like people like of a low IQ. They are like of limited intellect and intelligence. So it's not surprising that Templar dipshit dork, is a racist as well. And then he's just basically just going on like a fucking, illiterate, tirade saying, oh, what are we doing women down in video games? Where's James Bond? Not surrounded by British people. Well, again, dipshit, if you ever read a history book or if you ever done your research, then you would know that, ethnic minorities, whether they be black, Indian, or and such, have been living in the UK for centuries, but you're so much of a fucking illiterate moron, you wouldn't know that, would you, you dumb cunt? And then, yeah, so he's like moaning about that. And here's the thing as well about, the Moneypenny, which the gentleman, pointed out in the video, is that Moneypenny, in pretty much all the Daniel Craig James Bond films, is played by Naomi Harris, a black woman. And he's like saying, "Oh well, by casting like non-white people in any kind of role in films and in entertainment and all that, oh, let's woke it bombs." But here's the thing, dickhead, is that when Naomi Harris was first cast in James Bond, I can't remember, it was Quantum of Solace or Skyfall, one of the two. But when she was like in Skyfall, that was that was the biggest grossing James Bond film of all time. You cunt, you dumb cunt. It's like fucking hell. So if like casting black people, in films, especially James Bond, makes the movie flop, well, explain this to us, dipshit. How come Skyfall was like the biggest grossing Bond film of all time? And that's just goes to prove just how much of an illiterate dumb cunt this Templar fucking dipshit dork is. Um, the fucking idiot is that illiterate. It's just unbelievable. And here's the thing, I was like listening to it with the clips that the guy who was ridiculing him for featured, and he was like pointing out and saying the same things I was. And I just couldn't. Obviously, there's a lot of hatred with this, Templar dork dipshit. Whoever the fuck this fucking angry windbag is. So he's like, like a lot of like anger issues. A lot of hate. Raging up inside him because he's that much of an insufferable little fucking gimp. But apart from all that, it's like, are you really that stupid? Are you really that fucking dumb? I mean, we know this guy's illiterate. We know this guy is a fucking dum dum, and he's a fucking imbecile, and he's just probably got limited brain cells. I'd probably say at most maybe two brain cells, two fucking working brain cells, and that fucking skull of his. But surely he can't be this stupid, right? And I'm listen, to what he's got to say and all that, and I'm just baffled by the stupidity on offer. Like, I mean, are we really getting this dumb and thick as a society? Like, are we really going down this point that we're getting stupider and stupider and stupider? That dickheads like this fucking, you know, Templar dork dickhead, really, really just lack any kind of like basic, critical thinking skills or logic. I mean, fucking hell, man. It's like stupidity has reached an all time high here, and we're at the peak of the moment. We really, really are at the peak of the moment, and this is just the problem, with dickheads like that. Like, they just pop it out of the woodwork every 2 seconds, in, the space of like films, like TV, games, and entertainment, and whatnot. And it's like, it's getting alarming. Like, it really is getting alarming that as fans, like, for who are decent human beings, like, that don't judge someone, on the color of their skin, or that if they're disabled, or if they have a disability, or if they're a woman, unlike those fucking hateful fucking dickheads. It just ruins the fandom for us. Like, people say just ignore it, but it's just like in your fucking face, thrown everywhere all the time, especially on YouTube, where you just can't get away from these troll likes. There's just no escaping them, and it's like, something really needs to be done, about these fucking cretins, because that's what they are. Like, they're just low life pieces of shit. Then they're not true fans at all, man. They're not true fans at all. Like, it's just the fact that the color of someone's skin with their pigmentation, bothers them so much. Just goes to prove just how insecure these fucking dickheads are. Like, they really are just angry little pent up gimps. If you've got to be fucking angry and upset over the pigmentation of someone's skin color, then I'm sorry. Like, you really need serious help. Like, you've got fucking issues. And a lot of these losers are just, just so fucking insecure and unhinged. Like, it's just pathetic. Honestly, it is just literally so pathetic. I mean, for what I see the day, like, where we use like such entertainment as escapism from the kind of like harsh cruelty of the world, like, and yet the same cunts you used to see like on, say, the front lines of marches of the fucking BNP or the National Front, now you now see in the fucking fandom of fucking like franchises, you know, for fucking movies, entertainment, and TV and whatnot. Like, you know, just can't get away from these fucking cunts. Like, you know, and it just makes me wonder, like, what have like these franchises done to attract such fucking moronic fucking bigots in the first place? You know, it's just baffling. I don't know, absolutely baffling. But the thing that baffles me is just the stupidity of these people. I mean, they really are just dumbing people down. You know, the following of their platforms and spreading this poison into the, you know, the fandom community of, you know, all forms of entertainment basically, and just try to dumb everyone down to their level and make everyone as stupid as they are, like, you know. And it's worrying. It is really, really worrying. And I think well done to that YouTuber who spoke up about this fucking Tactikal Templar fucking dipshit dork. You know, well done on him speaking out and just showing up what a fucking awful fucking human being he is. And again, there's, you know, the fact that, you know, a dickhead like that Templar fucking dipshit dork, um, thinks that is acceptable to dehumanize, you know, other human beings and be inhumane to them. It's just sickening, man. It just is sickening. And again, if you think as a person that dehumanizing another human being based on their skin color, or, you know, their gender, or whatnot, and treating them inhumane is okay, then I'm sorry, you're just fucking evil. You are fucking evil, because treating people like that is evil. It is evil, and there's just no justification for it, and there's no place for it whatsoever in our society. So again, I think what we need to do here on YouTube is just to speak out more about these bums, basically, because that's what they're just bums. They're all just fucking, these anti-wokers are just leeches. I mean, you know, more needs to be done to, you know, to be spoken out about these dickheads, like, because, you know, they are just like, you know, worthless pieces of shit. You know, they're talentless fucking hacks, and, you know, they really are just the fucking scum of the fucking earth. And, you know, and if there is a heaven and hell and they end up dying, I mean, hopefully soon, then they'll be going to fucking hell to be Satan's bitch for the rest of eternity. So, you know, that's what I think about these fucking worthless fucking bums.